Hello and welcome to MTI. Today we'll be covering the 6th lesson in becoming a Plarail master, bridges. Bridges are a simple concept for train sets, one track going over another. Plarail of course has a nice array of bridge options in its lineup. While I don't have every kind of bridge piece available, this lesson is more concerned with usage and building techniques rather than talking about every kind of bridge piece you can get. So let's dive right in. Bridges in Plarail typically travel over something, like another track or road. By definition, any raised section of track can qualify as a bridge, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to define bridges as raised sections of track or road that travel over other sections of track or road, or over obstacles that are otherwise unclearable. Another thing we need to distinguish is the loading gauge for Plarail bridges. While it's possible to fit railway lines or roads under the slopes of a hill, it isn't ideal unless that slope is already one bridge pier height off the ground. Road vehicles typically have lower clearances and can fit easier under lower slopes, while trains ride a fine line since the higher clearance height often conflicts with slope rails. This is why proper bridges are preferred when having one rail cross over another. Now let's dive into the essential bridge pieces, starting with bridge piers. First is the mini block pier. These piers are required to make hills with slope curve rails. 6 are needed to make a full height curved slope, and 4 are needed to reach standard bridge clearance. While they were intended for use with slope curve rails, they can be used on their own with other kinds of track to create different shaped slopes, as well as catering to varied bridge heights, notably being required to accomplish the roller coaster mountain wobbling suspension bridge combo. Next is the block bridge pier, which is equal to 4 mini block piers in height and qualify as one tier of proper bridge height. These piers can be found in a lot of Plarail sets with bridge sections, but are also available to purchase on their own. What's lovely about these, apart from their ability to stack, is you can have a track run under them, which allows for impressive towers like this one. Along with these are the double bridge pier, which function identically to the standard singles, but now accommodate for 2 parallel lines. Then there is the brick bridge pier, which sacrifices allowing engines to run through them for a more appealing aesthetic. There are also old style brick bridge piers, which one could argue are worse than the new style, as the old ones could not be functionally stacked like the new ones. Moving on to the modern bridge pier, which sacrifices certain functionalities for others. They don't allow trains to pass through them, and they don't stack well like block piers, but due to their thinner stance can accommodate setups like this where a raised track runs directly next to a lower line. These are more common to find in modern Plarail sets, sometimes included with block bridge piers. Lastly are the older road piers, which can support both road and rail bridges. These are featured in the suspension bridge releases, which also had double height versions included for the girders. The more modern road piers are functionally identical, just with a more rounded design and lacking rail compatibility. Moving on to slope rails, there are 2 main kinds. First is the standard slope rail, which we've seen before. They're equal to the length of 2 straight rails and raise the line by 1 tier of bridge height. The other is the slope curve rail, which gradually increases the track height by a quarter of the standard bridge height. Slope curve rails come in 2 variants, usually sold together, A and B. A pieces have a male connector on the bottom end, while B pieces have a female connector on the bottom end. While this makes it easy to create large spiral towers and bridges, making more dynamically shaped hills can be an issue as the A and B variants turn the opposite direction from each other. But this can be solved by using more mini bridge piers and other track pieces. Slope curve rails are also great for making bridges with heights in between the standard tier measurements. The last facet of Plarail bridges are the girders, or side pieces. These are mostly decorative, with a few kinds of girders providing structural support. You'll commonly see small iron girders in sets as they work with normal straight rails. The older style of these would work in adding a wall that the tracks run between. The newer styles you can buy today are cool in the sense they can be placed facing up like normal, or down, preventing anything from traveling perpendicularly under. These can look really cool when placed on multi-tiered bridges or on towers with tracks running underneath. Next are the large iron bridge girders, which are made up of 5 pieces. What's nice about this style of girder is the ability to create single track and double track bridges, which can cross 17 inches of space below. There are also these styles of large bridge girders, which can support a single line, but have a different arch design. One cool thing about the large iron girders is the new style design that you can buy currently, allowing for tracks or even other bridges to be placed on top of them. Doing this can create some stunning centerpieces for layouts. Now it's time to talk about the suspension bridge. This behemoth spans a whopping 34 inches across, or the length of 4 straight rails. This style of bridge can only be passed under perpendicularly if the entire bridge is placed 1 tier off the ground. But while on the ground, you can have one line run up top and another running on the bottom. As mentioned before, these piers can also carry motor road, allowing for vehicles to travel over it as well. And finally, we have this lovely garter rail, which isn't technically a girder, but I'm putting it here anyway. These pieces are fun to add between larger bridges or as their own little bridge over a single track or road, creating a more cozy aesthetic. There is one more kind of bridge that I'll include that many people may know, the Drawbridge. While this piece doesn't actually allow for anything to run under it, it provides more intrigue on a layout for standing out against the regular flow of blue track. A great example is the Thomas medium set, which looks significantly more boring without a drawbridge. Bridges are one of the easiest ways to add more intrigue and playability to a train set. Not only do they provide verticality, but they can also lead up to a lot of fun dynamics, and even some accidents. There are endless ways you can set these up with different heights and track plans, adding an entirely new world of possibilities. But always make sure to check the clearance on them, because a bridge you can't pass under is really useless. So now, it's up to you to use this knowledge in enhancing your layouts. Thank you to my patrons for making this video possible, and as always, thanks for watching, don't be a stinker, and I'll see you next time.